Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the best console champion controller settings that you could be looking for. On top of that, I want to show you the new controller preset layouts that they added in and whether or not you should even try them or if they're good or bad. Real quick though, look at this, guys. We're currently bronze 5. I'm up next, I know. But it's crazy starting in copper. Let me know what rank you guys are right now. But I'm currently bronze 5. I haven't played too many games. I think I've played about like 10 games. And these are stats we're rocking right now. We're trying. So there's also going to be a bunch of other settings. I'm sure I have it on screen that are going to be coming out mid-season. They did not launch it right away. It's a bunch of controller settings. So I'm definitely going to cover a video on that when it comes out. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see that. But I want to go over a couple things they did add as well as, the best settings that you can use. Now, when it comes to my settings, these settings don't really matter. I mean, you can use whatever you want. I would say drone after prep. I actually use manual, actually. I don't know why it's not on here. But manual personally is better, so that way if you're droning and the round phase ends and there's someone chasing after your drone, it doesn't throw you off the drone. I think it's the best way to do it. Then HUD, this is all preference, doesn't matter. I play on normal. Audio, one thing I would say is put it on night mode. I don't really know either night mode or hi-fi. I use night mode, and master volume is usually higher, but I have it lower because I was recording something. Usually I would say like 90 I would play on. Then display, 90 field of view. This is my argument for 90 field of view, okay? If you play on a TV super far away, go a little lower, maybe 70. If you don't and you play on a monitor like me and you sit like this close to your monitor, I think 90 FOV is better, but I think the good range is between 80 and 90. I think it's solid. You have the least amount of recoil control. On top of that, you are able to see more. So it just makes the game feel a lot smoother, faster, and it helps me so much. I think 90 FOV is what I need. However, you are going to have trouble seeing people from long angles, which is why I sit like this to my monitor, literally. But that's why. And brightness is all preference. I play on 75. If any of you say that you play on 50 or 40 or anything lower than 50, or even 50, you are using night vision goggles. That you're not real. There's actually a lot of people who I've seen play on 50, and I have to ask you, how do you see it? Okay. Then controls, vibration enabled. It's all preference, but I feel like I cannot play without vibration. I'm actually like E2 smooth without vibration. I am horrible. Then aim assist disabled. Obviously, that's for T-Hunt only. Drone deployment advanced. Gadget deployment advanced. Now, this is a new thing, controller layout. We'll get to my sensitivity real quick after, but the controller layout, right? This is something new they added in. So it's just like a Call of Duty thing where you can like essentially change stuff, like how they'd have tactical or like different settings, right? Is it worth using? Okay, this is the default one. Obviously, aim with LT, shoot with RT, so it would just be like that. But now default. I think this would. I'm not using this ever. Why would I want to shoot my LT? Please let me know. If you shoot your LT, what is wrong with you? But I believe that's the only thing that switches, right? That's just the lefty users, you shoot with your left. And then southpaw is... What the hell is southpaw? Oh, okay, so southpaw is essentially... It changes which one, like for your analog sticks, normally you would move with your left analog stick and look around with your right analog stick, as you see on screen. But when you go to southpaw, it's the opposite. So instead, you're going to look with your left analog stick and move with your right analog stick. That sounds actually horrible. Why would you use that? These are actually terrible. I mean, I guess it's all preference at the end of the day. But I'm using a Scuf controller, so I would never use these. But if you don't have a Scuf controller, if you like to, for some odd reason, use these, go ahead and try them out. Or if you want me, I'll do a whole video where I try out all these and I rank them and which one is the best. If you want that, let me know. That sounds like a terrible video for my own pain, but if you guys want to see it, let me know. I'll try all of them. But yeah, I use default because I use a Scuf controller. And real quick, the settings I use my Scuf controller, I see these paddles right here. I lean with my top left and right paddles. I crouch with my bottom left, and I vault with my bottom right. Leaning with your paddles is the best thing you can do because when you're aiming, you're not applying any pressure to your analog sticks, which is making you aim way smoother. I'd recommend getting an Elite controller. It's not a Scuf controller, it's an Elite controller. Same thing. Now, moving on to my sensitivity. 35 vertical, 75 horizontal, 5 right stick, 5 right stick. This is all preference. Personally, there's no perfect sensitivity. It's whatever you can really do good on. I prefer the sensitivity because 35 vertical, I can look around up, not too fast, but still feel smooth. 75 horizontal, I feel like playing on a faster sensitivity for horizontal is good. Otherwise, you're about to be a snail and get smoked. Like, I'm not trying to deal with that. So I play on 75 horizontal. And then my ADS is... This one changed a lot. Like, if anything, I changed about like 2 or 3. But it's 40, 42, 43, 44. Sometimes I'll have it like 44, 46. I change my sensitivity a lot, so I don't always put it back to the exact same thing for my ADS because it's just so annoying. As you can see clearly down here, I don't use these scopes, so when I did different challenge videos, I never changed them back. But generally around the 40 to 45 to 46 range is where my sensitivity for ADS is. I used to play a lot higher, but I've come to the realization that when you play on a higher ADS, you are going to have a lot more trouble with being consistent if you're not always playing Siege or always practicing it. Now, if I go and play Call of Duty, which I do like to play, and I play in a much slower sensitivity, and I come back on a super high sensitivity, it takes me a lot longer to warm up, so I've lowered it. However, if Siege is the only game you play, like I used to do, when I used to play on 100 ADS, I was fine. You would mess up a little bit, but you were used to it because it was the only thing you were playing. So that's why I lowered it, because I like to play other games, and I'm not trying to deal with that. So that is why I play on 40. It's all preference at the end of the day. However, I feel like my biggest thing would be the horizontal. I think if you play on a slow horizontal, you need to play on a faster ADS or something. I would just never play on a slow horizontal. That's just shit. Now, when it comes to my aim, obviously hold. What is that? And then accessibility. Screen shake. Turn that off. Make sure it's off. This is all preference, though. The rest of this is all preference. Now, I want to talk about something with the shooting range. If you are somebody who is going to change your sensitivity, or if you want to try out my sensitivity, or if you just want to have better recoil control with this new stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you know, I did a video on it, but right, you see the shooting range right here, right? Look at this. Let's say, like, I know, not the greatest recoil control, but I'm just showing you an example. Let's say I'm using a grip and a flash hider. Now, what I can do is I can now press the back button on my controller, and this new update came out to where now you can see exactly your stats with that. However, if I want to, right, all I would do would be like, okay, I want to go and use the compensator. How is this recoil control? Let me see. I then would come here, and I would clear off this, and then I would shoot it like this, and then I press the back button again, and I can compare different attachments. Now, I'd recommend this for people who are having trouble with either, if you want to do with this, different sensitivities, try increasing it a little bit, like by 2 to 5. If you're trying to figure out like the perfect sense for you, don't completely change it, but like move it up between like 5 to 10, or even from like 2 to 4 in 2 to 4 intervals, and then do this and be like, okay, which one feels the smoothest? How is my aim the best? And keep practicing on it. Now, you're not going to have the greatest sensitivity, but while you are trying to figure out your sensitivity or trying to figure out your recoil control or attachments, one thing I recommend is also warming up your strafing. What I do for that is I come over here to this dummy, which I think is way better than that stupid target, and I move like this. I shoot, and I move. Now, what this will do is to allow you to see how you are moving and strafing with your recoil control with the attachments and see how it is to a much more realistic setting, as instead of standing still and shooting at a target. So I would recommend doing this. Literally, just go back and forth and follow your crosshair on the dummy so you can see how your sensitivity feels and you can see how the recoil feels. And then you could do the same thing here, press the back button, and you can see how your shots were, your non-headshot kills, your headshot damage, your headshot hits, total hits. Out of 49, I hit 30, right? So you can see how you feel with that. That's the best thing I recommend doing when you're looking on how to warm up, how to find sensitivity, how to find the best settings. Overall, though, that is generally the video, but I do just want to say, if you are looking to find the best settings for you, literally take what you already have, like the knowledge of, the micro adjustments that you have, like with your controller, with your analog stick, because if you are constantly changing your sensitivity, you're never going to understand the micro adjustments that you need for the recoil control or attachments. So if anything, lower or increase your sensitivity by 5 to 10 and go from there. Do not go from like playing on 20 vertical to 100 or like 30 horizontal to 100. Like, gradually go up and see how you feel. If you jump right away, you're going to be terrible. I promise you there is zero sensitivity that you're going to be the greatest on right away. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to let me know what your season is like, how you're liking the season, and if you have any questions about sensitivity, let me know down below. But I will see y'all. Have an amazing day. Much love. Mwah.